Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and in some corners of the world, when it comes to cryptocurrency regulation, it just feels like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or maybe sometimes 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Here's the headline from Cointelegraph. Ripple CEO criticizes India's looming crypto ban, and unfortunately, assuming this goes the way we don't want it to go, this is fundamentally bad for the adoption of on-demand liquidity and thus XRP as a bridge currency. Now, don't worry, this isn't some sort of doom and gloom video. I don't believe that for a moment, but this is a non-hype channel, so I just want to talk through this from a critical perspective. Just think through everything. Still couldn't be more optimistic and bullish for the long-term viability of XRP as a cryptocurrency, and also RippleNet on the whole, because it continues to grow. RippleNet absolutely is, and seems to be at least to some degree at an exponential pace. So lots to cover here, but before we go any further, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you would please ever so delicately tap that like button, I would definitely appreciate the support. And also, go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel, which is the Moon Lamboest of all channels on the YouTubes. I do not know what that means, but it's something I said. So there we go. Do you guys remember this piece? This is from CoinDesk on March 5th, 2020. I remember being excited about this, and I made a video about it. Like, oh, this could be great. It could ultimately bode quite well for the adoption of on-demand liquidity, new corridors here. Here's the headline. India's Supreme Court lifts banking ban on crypto exchanges. So I want to make sure we properly set the table here so you have context before getting into the news today, but I'll be brief on this portion of it. The Supreme Court of India has ruled against a decision imposed by the country's central bank nearly 2 years ago that stifled crypto trading in Asia's third largest economy. According to a report from Bloomberg, a 3-judge bench of the court ruled on Wednesday in favor of petitions by crypto exchanges and startups that opposed the decision made by the Reserve Bank of India, or RBI for short, in April 2018, banning domestic financial institutions from providing banking services to crypto exchanges. The central bank's decision at the time forced crypto exchanges in the country to either close, relocate to other jurisdictions, or shift their business model to crypto and over-the-counter trading. And so when I was reading through this, so again, that was positive news heading in the right direction, because previously I was just sitting there when I think about the regulation, crypto regulation in India, I was like, wow, I guess as much as I bitch about regulation in the United States where I live, at least it's not this. And then I thought, okay, good news here. But not so much here now today, potentially at least, because they seem to be flip-flopping back and forth. And so, shout-outs real quick, because anytime somebody whoever shares a story with me on the Twitters, I like to give them credit for sending me in that direction. Even if I saw it without somebody, I just appreciate that people want to tag me and stuff, because that's part of the fun of being part of the XRP community, is that we share what we learn with each other, right? And so typically just whoever I see first tags me, that's who I'll give credit. And I can't remember who I saw this from first, so shout out to 2 people. It was one of these 2, XRP Crypto Wolf, as well as BondCrypt XRP. Thank you to both of you for sending this my way. I do appreciate it here. And so what's going on, and why is this not so hot for on-demand liquidity in XRP? Well, in we go. Indian government officials are reportedly planning to discuss a new bill whose legal framework would ban cryptocurrencies on the subcontinent. According to a September 15th report from Bloomberg, the Indian federal cabinet is considering a law banning crypto 6 months after courts lifted a blanket ban. And this comes again, by the way, from Bloomberg. I don't know how they get the first scoop on all of this, anything having to do with India and crypto regulation, but they were the first to get the scoop on the 2 biggest pieces of news surrounding this in 2020. Anyway, piece continues. Anonymous sources claimed that the Indian government would encourage the development of blockchain technology, but not cryptocurrency trading. So there you go. Government officials sticking their head in the sand, pretending like this is some sort of thing that's going away, which is certainly, unquestionably, going to harm their domestic economy. And I'm just sitting there thinking, my gosh, how could you be so close-minded? The genie's out of the bottle. Cryptocurrencies are not going away. And you're telling me that you don't want to take advantage of it? Like, can you imagine, like, with the advent of the internet saying, no, we don't want any of that. We don't need any of that. No. We're good. We're all set. No, it's freaking stupid. So it's silly. But Brad Garlinghouse chimed in here. In response, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse called the decision disappointing, stating that the cryptocurrency had the potential to help underserved populations in the country. And here's the exact quote from Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. Disappointing to see India flip-flop on crypto, hamstringing a nascent industry which could serve one of the biggest populations of unbanked / underbanked citizens, and linked to the Bloomberg crypto piece. And it's bad for a ton of reasons. I just made a few high-level claims as far as why domestically it would be bad for them. But can you imagine if you're one of these cryptocurrency exchanges, like, oh hey, ban lifted, cool, and then you take the risk to launch to whatever degree a business in this country, and so there's real capital at risk here, and then you find out that this all might go kaput. Can you imagine, like, if you're the business owner or the individuals that are taking the risk here, how infuriating this must be? This is not remotely reasonable, and I don't know how you're going to trust the government officials here. Now, for us as XRP holders, because understand, look, XRP being used as a bridge currency, you need liquidity. So in order for this to work, you need to have a sufficiently technologically advanced cryptocurrency, which we certainly have in XRP, in order for it to be used as a bridge currency. Very quick, costs fractions of a penny for a transaction, very energy efficient. But you also need a sufficient blend of price and liquidity, right? And it also has to be a decentralized cryptocurrency that has an open market price. And so XRP is checking all those boxes here. But if you're saying that people can't buy and sell here, then there is no opportunity for a corridor, unless there's some sort of interesting workaround where you can have a market maker without any sort of trading. I don't even know exactly what that would look like if you're taking retail speculators out of it. Because think about this: if you're selling your cryptocurrency in a corridor today, where there is on-demand liquidity, you wouldn't even necessarily know it. But if somebody buys up your XRP, it could just be Ripple's algorithm, which then sends it to the destination exchange, and then that goes through the local rails, and that's how you effectively get a real-time settlement. So if you're saying people can't buy and sell, you're not going to have a corridor there. And I don't even know, with such uncertainty here, how Ripple could even really... I mean, I'm sure they've got all sorts of contacts there, and they're doing whatever they can, but with such uncertainty here, I don't even know how Ripple could roll anything out here in this quarter anytime soon, and it's just a massive market here, too, which is part of what makes this particularly disappointing, and it's people that could really benefit from this, too. And so you can see, here's the piece from Bloomberg, begins as follows. India plans to introduce a new law banning trade in cryptocurrencies, placing it out of step with other Asian economies which have chosen to regulate the fledgling market. So that's the thing, just have thoughtful regulation. You can make this work. You don't need to outright ban it. And if you do, you're just not going to get any of the benefit that comes with this whole new revolution for this new asset class. I can't understand and wrap my head around how you wouldn't want to have a piece of that. Just regulate it. Hell, tax it. Don't pretend that you can just get rid of it, though. I mean, you can ban it in your country, but you're just going to be like in North Korea then. I mean, obviously that's not a perfectly fair comparison. I'm just saying in terms of ridiculous a stance on crypto. Come on, guys. It's just like how, like North Korea, they don't have the internet, they have the intranet, right? But anyway, the bill is expected to be discussed shortly by the federal cabinet before it is sent to Parliament, according to people familiar with the development who asked not to be identified, citing rules on speaking with the media. The federal government will encourage blockchain, the technology underlying cryptocurrencies, but is not keen on cryptocurrency trading, according to two people. India's finance ministry spokesman didn't respond to call and a message seeking comment. So there you go. You might as well just say no to on-demand liquidity. And so here's the thing, and that's why I want to be clear at the outset. Like, it doesn't make me extra negative on XRP or the long-term viability of on-demand liquidity. It's going to be a roadblock here in the short term, but I can't imagine that as on-demand liquidity continues to roll out the world over, that it wouldn't become clear that it's in India's best interest at some point to allow for this at a minimum. I can't see it. It's like, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? And so I do think that while people are governments the world over are trying to get a handle on how to sufficiently regulate this, you're going to get some that strongly just want to make it go away, but that will not work. And I think ultimately more level heads will prevail in the vast majority of countries the world over. So they're just setting themselves back here, and it's too bad. But luckily, there are other corridors where Ripple can pursue development and adoption of on-demand liquidity, and they most certainly are. And I think, I suspect, based on what Ripple has stated, that before the year's out, we probably will have some positive news in terms of new corridors opening. And so we'll see, because they've already hinted about where they want to go, so including Latin America, and there's a bunch of others. I've made videos about that recently here. So I do still think it's all coming. It's just like they're slowing it down, and as an XRP holder, I don't like that, because we need to have people buying and selling and speculating on XRP to have functionally on-demand liquidity. So it's a little bit of a bummer, but I did want to send the message that this doesn't make me bearish in any sort of notable way on-demand liquidity or XRP or RippleNet or anything of the sort. It's just kind of annoying that these people are being idiot sticks. Like, that's pretty much the message I wanted to deliver here. And so we got to maybe slow stuff down here. Because if this weren't happening, you could continue, because what would happen, think about it, if XRP is being traded along with a bunch of other cryptocurrencies, as time passes and more institutional investors come in and more retail investors come in, if they were to come in India, as long as it's not banned, they would do it. That's increasing liquidity over time, so that way, when it does come time for Ripple to open up a corridor, there's liquidity there, at least some, so that you can start with something, right? But, man, it's just annoying to see this. So, and then there was this tweet from XRP community member Frecky, who responded to Brad Garlinghouse and wrote something that just kind of resonated with me, so I thought I'd share it. So, a shout out to you, Frecky. But wrote, between India and China, they just hit the idiot ball back and forth every 9 to 12 months. Same recycled worthless policies from them. Whom ban or not to? Ban. Wait. Not to. Wait. Okay, ban. Clownery at its finest. They love that Indian black money, nice and fraudulent. So there you go. Sounds about right to me, Frecky. All good things in time, though, right? All good things in time. But that is it for this video. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.